Hello guys, what is going on? It's Nick here from the Miskeens, and man, we've had a great week with Black Ops 3. So much has been confirmed that I don't want you guys to have to go to every single video on YouTube and go through like 100 different videos just to find out what's going to be in this game. I decided to crunch it all down into the basics, and I have a list of just under 20 things here that have been confirmed 100%. Because I don't want to say things like kind of like the wish list I made, where it's like this could be in the game, probably not, maybe, but no one really knows. So everything here has been 100% confirmed by devs and by YouTubers, so this video is going to go over every single thing that we know about Call of Duty. First off, theater mode has been confirmed, but seems to be kept a secret. So basically Jericho, a big YouTuber, was interviewing Mark Lamia and David Vonderher, and during that he asked, is theater mode going to be in this game or not? Now, it hasn't been in the past two games, however, the two before it did have it. And Mark Lamia responded kind of in a hinty way, so he didn't directly say yes, this is confirmed, but he made it so blatantly obvious that we're 100% it is going to be into the game, so you don't need to be worrying about that. Next up, zombies, campaign, and multiplayer are all synchronized together in a sense so that you will all love them the same. So basically, if you think about it, it's like we're getting 3 games all into one. Campaign, zombies, multiplayer, they're all different things, but they all count for one game because they all link together. Before we had people who were like, oh, I'm a zombies fan, I hate campaign. Oh, well, I love campaign and I hate multiplayer. And then we have all these different types of people, but they're trying to balance that all out so you equally like each mode in a sense. Now, obviously, there's going to be people who like multiplayer more, let's say, but it's going to be a lot more leveled. Next up, zombies is actually going to have a leveling process to it. So not much has been shed on this, so we haven't gotten much details about this. However, we can assume that zombies has some sort of leveling. So you start at level 1, you rank up, and you unlock more things as you go. Kind of like multiplayer. Next up, the campaign is going to be 4-player co-op, just like in World at War. So sure, you can play it by yourself, but you can also play with 2 or 3 different friends with you. Multiplayer is going to incorporate the Pick 10 system, just like in Black Ops 2. And apparently a lot more customization is going to be implemented into this game, multiplayer and campaign as well. Next up, in multiplayer there are these things called specialists. So basically there's these type of characters you can choose before you're creating your class. So it's kind of like if you think of Hearthstone, if you play that game where you have different classes like warrior or shaman. And basically they're going to do different things, but it's not going to change the game too much. You're still a guy running around. You're just going to have something like, let's say your arm can change into a Gatling gun, in a sense. That's one of the ones that are going to be implemented in this game. So, not too game changing, however, it does affect the gameplay and could change up your strategies. Now swimming has been added into the game. So it's not like Ghost where you swim and the fish move away, you know, that whole idea was dropped. But the swimming seems to be quite balanced actually, because there's 3 different movements. So if you want to swim fast, you'll have no weapon with you and you can't really shoot. Slow swimming will be where you can aim down sights, and then medium swimming, which is basically equivalent to walking, will be you can hip fire during that. So essentially it's kind of like stop when you're not moving, when you're walking, and then when you're running, as when you're on land. Next up, the movement. So a lot of people are saying, are there exos? Are there no exos? What is it? And the deal is that there isn't exos per se. However, there is a boost like jump, but it's used a lot more for evading and sidestepping mostly. Sliding is also back, and there's no diving like in other Black Ops, which is good and bad. The diving was cool, but sliding is a lot more efficient, and it helps a lot because you can shoot during it. But just to touch upon the exo thing, so it's the exo jumping isn't necessarily for jumping around and getting onto like different vertical places. It's more for like if you're getting shot, you can sidestep out of the way, or you can try to deke people out, and it's more for that type of play. So it's pretty good. It's taking place in year 2065, so obviously it's very technological, and there's going to be all kill streaks that can be destroyable. So one theme they were going with is that all the kill streaks you can get can and probably will be destroyed by the enemy team, so you have to play them in the right time, in the right moment. Now, one of the coolest things that we heard, and I think is going to be amazing, is the camo creator. So essentially, you can create a camo for your gun. Now, the only downside I can see to this is that it's not a full camo around your gun, including barrel and stock and all that. It's basically just the left, the right, and the top of your gun. But now if you think about it, if you can do a base camo, like a solid color, and then you can add on these different designs in certain parts, it could really add a cool effect to your gun, and it can make it very unique to just you. Next up, the gore in this game seems to be on point, ladies and gentlemen. So usually, there hasn't really been much gore, you know, you get shot in the head, a little bit of blood squirts, and you just drop dead. But this is more like World at War, where you lose a leg if you get shot in the leg, basically. So it seems like it's going to be a lot more realistic and a lot more enjoyable if you're a gore fanatic. Another thing is wall running has been confirmed and implemented. We saw it in the trailer, and then they also talked about it. So essentially you can jump up to a wall, run on it for quite a long time actually, but slowly you drip down and then until you fall to the ground. Sound has been confirmed to be extremely important in this game and has been improved so much. So obviously we didn't really get to hear much of it and we didn't actually get to play it. However, some YouTubers did, and when they did play it, they said that sound seemed really important. You can hear footsteps around and it could probably change the game a lot more than it usually has been. Next up, the visuals, obviously going to be outstanding. This is something that was a given. Every single Call of Duty has better visuals for every single game. It's just something that's going to happen. But if you looked at the trailer, they just look damn good. Next up, the game appears to be only next gen and PC, which is why the visuals seem really good. They're just focusing on that solely. However, we can expect a port over from another dev team to put it on. So basically, if you don't know what that is, it's where Treyarch won't actually make the game for old gen or PS3, Xbox 360, those old ones. But another company might port it over. So it's going to be worse essentially, but it's still going to be the game. You're still going to get the basics. You're going to get everything you need. Now, in a few years, this might not be happening, so it's time to bump yourself up to the next gen train, guys. There will be a beta for the people who pre-order the game. Now, this is really important because we've never seen a beta since, I think, maybe COD 2? Maybe World at War? Pretty sure it was World at War. But beta has been exclusively things for usually EA games. I haven't been around when I got to play one for Call of Duty, so that's going to be a big thing. I'm definitely pre-ordering it whenever I can. Gonna get into that beta. As well, if you really want to get play within the next month or so, E3. That is the answer to everything, guys. There's going to be a lot of presentations there on Call of Duty. You'll also get to play the game there. They're going to have it on the stage. And then after, you're going to be obviously able to play it. And then you're also meeting YouTubers like T Martin, Jericho, and Goldglove who are going to be there playing as well. So all around, just a fun trip. If you live in the area, pretty sure it's LA, you should definitely go to E3, especially if you're a hardcore gamer like myself. This is all we have for now. That was about 15 to 20 different things that we know about Call of Duty Black Ops 3. So these are all 100% confirmed, like I said, but we're likely not going to get anything else until E3, or potentially after that when we get more trailers and more little hints. So within the next month before E3, we probably are going to get a little bit of some teasers or a little bit of like kind of little hints here and there, but it's not going to be that game changing, so don't expect much. This is basically the list we have for now. We're going to have to deal with it, but unfortunately we're not going to get anything for a while. Nonetheless, this game was presented flawlessly. I think it looks amazing. I have high hopes for this game, especially since it's Treyarch, one of my favorite dev teams, so I admire the change that they're trying to make, and it seems like this game is going to have a huge impact on Call of Duty. Nonetheless, guys, it has been awesome. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.